Good morning. We're on day 6 of our reading plan going through the Apostle Paul's life and writings. And the official declaration from the Jerusalem Council is Gentiles are allowed to become full Christians. So with that in place, there's still going to be problems, but officially the issue has been settled. And so Paul sets out for another missionary journey. This time he has to take Silas because he and Barnabas had a dispute over whether or not to take Mark. So second missionary journey begins, and they start retracing their steps, and then Paul sees a vision of a man from Macedonia who needs help. And so he extends the journey into the first parts of Europe. He goes to Philippi, and in Philippi they have problems because of a fortune teller, and they end up in jail. And so they move on to Thessalonica. In Thessalonica, they have problems because of the Jews and their jealousy. And so they end up leaving town again. They move down to Berea. Jews from Thessalonica followed them and caused more problems, so he had to move on again. And he goes on to Athens. In Athens, we have the great sermon where he speaks on what we call Mars Hill, the Areopagus, and he speaks to full-blooded pagans, people with no concept of the Old Testament. And in Athens, some believed, some didn't. He moves on to Corinth, founds the church in Corinth. That's where he meets Priscilla and Aquila, who become constant companions and even hosts for house churches later on. So all of these things happen. Lands in Corinth, spends about a year and a half there, and then he moves back through his steps all the way back to Antioch, concluding the second missionary journey. And at the end of our reading today, he actually starts taking off again. So he's on to his third missionary journey by the end of the 18th chapter of Acts. So be blessed now as we read God's word together.